Well, thanks very much indeed. Welcome to the show. I am Jim Ferguson. And towards the end of October last year, I'd been invited across to the United States on a series of different speaking engagements. I was up on stage, I was at different locations. In fact, I was across 8 different states in a bit of a whirlwind tour that lasted about 3 weeks. Up at 4 o'clock in the morning and not usually back to sleep or back to the room until about maybe 11 or 12 o'clock midnight. So it was pretty intense. But, I met thousands of amazing American people. And I love America and I love the American people. And I think it's just fantastic to see so many of the people there standing up for freedom, for the truth, and for their country. And then when I came back to the UK, I was back in London only for about 10 days. And then I was invited over to Canada. So flew into Toronto, then on to Ontario. And I met many, many leaders and members of the Canadian freedom movement while I was there. Great people. And, they were the inspiration for me to launch Freedom Train International. Freedom Train International is the fastest growing international freedom movement in the world, with thousands of members across the United States, Canada, the UK, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. And it's pretty exciting to be able to tell you that I'm going back to Canada very soon. Indeed, I'm going to be heading there and I'll be doing a series of speaking engagements there. First of all, it will be kicking it all off in Vancouver, British Columbia. That's on the 21st of September. And then after that, we're heading to Calgary, Alberta. That's on the 23rd of September. Then we're heading to Winnipeg, Manitoba. That's on the 24th of September. And then we're bringing it to a close on the 25th of September in Toronto, Ontario. And of course, I'll be there with a couple of other speakers. We've got Eliseo, Ibarra coming, and of course, the amazing Mattias Desmet. And I actually met Mattias when I was in the Netherlands, but also when I was in Geneva, Switzerland. He's a great guy. They both are. And I'm looking forward to seeing them again. So we're going to be talking about what's going on in Canada. We're going to be talking about what's going on globally, what the globalist next move may well be. And of course, we don't know for sure exactly what they're going to be doing. But one thing is guaranteed, they are obsessed with controlling everybody. So we're going to be talking about what we think might be happening over the course of the next few weeks and months as we then go into 2025. And being ready for whatever they throw at us is incredibly important. But I'm delighted to be heading back to Canada. I love the Canadian people. I think they're really truly tremendous people. And I took my inspiration for Freedom Train International from them because they were the first in the world that stood up in a very calm way, in a very peaceful way, and said, no, we're not going along with this. And they fought back against the totalitarian state that was there and a regime that really, quite honestly, threw everything at them. So I pay tribute to every Canadian who I met there, but also to those who I haven't had a chance to meet yet in person. But I've made many friends over the course of the last 6, 8, 10 months. And, I'm really looking forward to meeting with all of you while I come there. So we're going to cross a large swathe of Canada. It's going to be busy. It's going to be intense. But I'm looking very much forward to that. And as I would say to everybody, we really appreciate your support here on this channel. It's grown a lot in a fairly short period of time. I think a lot to do with the content and the fact that we are fairly hard-hitting in what we say, but we're always seeking for the truth and we're always fighting for the underdog, for the people themselves. Freedom is essential. We can't live without it as human beings. And then when I come back to the UK, I'll be back for a little while, and then I'm heading back to Europe. I'll be heading to the Netherlands to do more filming there. I've made some amazing contacts in the Netherlands. They're great people. And of course, the Dutch farmers, once again, they took a principled stand. They were the really first in the farming groups to actually stand up and fight back against what was going on there. So I'll be there for a while, and then I'll be heading to Germany. And boy, wait till you hear what I've got to tell you about what Germany is doing. The amazing, wonderful German people. And I've made some amazing contacts there. I'm looking forward to going there. And also Norway. So after I've been to Germany, heading to Norway to meet freedom fighters there and those involved in all the different things that we are taking an interest in. So I wanted to give you this brief update. I also want to thank all the new followers who are coming onto the channel. I'm deeply humbled by it. You guys are fantastic. As I always like to say, you guys are the real stars of this show, and I do mean that, because without your support, without your sharing the content, liking the content, putting comments in, and by the way, I do read all the comments. It's been intensely busy over the last few months, but I always like to get back to people, and I always like to see you commenting. I do read them. So there's a lot happening with Freedom Train International. The other piece of news is that we are about to appoint ambassadors to Freedom Train in a number of different countries. Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Canada, United States of America, and a lot of other nations are now looking at coming on board with Freedom Train as well. So we really are making significant inroads now into the respective freedom movements, and they're coming in and they're linking up with us. And it's all about having alternative views and knowing that you are not alone in the way you think. Just because you take a different view of medical mandates or lockdowns, or you don't particularly trust the government, that's fine. There's a lot of us that don't, and probably with good reason, as we see the censorship and all the kind of things that are going on. But you know, the globalists are losing the information war. We're winning. And we're going to keep pushing forward and getting the truth out there. And once again, it's with your support that we're able to do that. So hop on board, get your ticket, get on board with Freedom Train International. And those of you that are wanting to come to these series of different engagements in Canada across those 4 different provinces, once again, the links will be put up for you to get your tickets and come on board. It'll be great to meet all of you there. So that's a little bit of a heads up. I hope you're all having a great weekend, and I will speak to you really soon. This is Jim Ferguson. We'll speak soon. All the best. Bye-bye for now.